The following is intended for mature audiences only. Discretion is advised.
Pillow fight, pillow fight.
This is so fun.
Pillow fighting.
Why is it so fun?
Pillow fight.
You're listening to Pillow Fight, a comedy and culture podcast hosted by me, Yamini Nambimadom. I've invited a guest or two to come and gossip like we're at a high school slumber party. We'll start off with a little game of Fuck, Marry, Kill, where the choices are buzzworthy moments in pop culture. Then, we'll move into a couple rounds of Would You Rather based on world news. We'll finish the night off with some juicy Truth or Dare. Feel free to grab a friend and play along in this Pillow Fight.
Pillow fight, pillow fight.
Is yours made of goose?
We got feathers flying everywhere.
Mine's made of goose.
Pillow fight, pillow fight.
This is so fun.
Pillow fighting.
Why is it so fun?
Pillow fight.
Today on Pillow Fight, I'm joined by Amar Risbud. Amar is a Chicago-based comedian and grad student studying cuttlefish camouflage. Check him out on Twitter at bummer_no_b and make sure to listen to his horror/comedy podcast, The Pod is Coming from Inside the House. On this episode of Pillow Fight, we dunk on Republicans, discuss the politics of poop jokes, and lust for fame.
Fuck. Marry? Kill. Fuck, marry, kill.
So for Fuck, Marry, Kill, I have three little scenarios that are centered around dunking on Republicans, as we've all enjoyed doing this past few weeks. So the first one is this Dean Browning, Dan Purdy drama. So if you aren't on Twitter or you're living under a rock on Twitter, earlier this week, Dean Browning, who used to hold public office in Pennsylvania, tweeted something that was like pro-Trump and then replied to his own tweet claiming to be a gay black man in support of Trump, but it was Dean Browning, a white man in office in Pennsylvania, who replied to the tweet saying that. And then to clear his name, he said that he quoted someone and then paid an actor to pose as Dan Purdy, who is the face behind this burner account that supposedly was the gay black man who loves Trump, who often replies to him. And then that whole account got suspended, and then we found out that actor was the nephew of Patti LaBelle. I think that I have all the facts right, but it's very confusing, so that's where it stands right now. The second thing is, so I'm sure that you've heard about the whole Rudy Giuliani conference at Four Seasons Total Landscaping, because like everyone is making memes about it and like how some intern somewhere like fumbled the hotel reservation and all that. But I recently found out that Four Seasons Landscaping shares a parking lot with Fantasy Island, which is an adult bookstore. And the owner of Fantasy Island is quite upset about this event taking place because he said like people saw all these like Trumpy crowds and didn't want to come into his store. And he said like if he knew ahead of time this was happening, he would have like made t-shirts and had a little fun event for it. But he like didn't know what was happening, so he was upset, and it's taking away from his little erotica shop.
Yeah.
And number 3, South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem, I think that's how you say her name. She has like fervently backed Trump's claim about like election fraud happening, and she set up this fundraising campaign that was like, Trump needs our support, like the votes are not counted properly, like donate here to help Trump win. But all the money that she was raising was actually just going into her own campaign team's account. So beautiful scam. So yeah, I want to know, what would you do? The 3 Fuck, Marry, Kill options are the Dean Browning, Dan Purdy drama, Four Seasons Total Landscaping, Giuliani stealing the thunder of this little Fantasy Island erotica store, and Kristi Noem pulling off a wonderful scam. What would you do?
Okay. So I think immediately I'm going to come down on, so fuck Dan Purdy. Fuck the Dan Purdy, Dean Browning drama.
Uh-huh.
No, sorry. Marry the Dan Purdy, Dean Browning drama. Fuck Four Seasons Landscaping.
Uh-huh.
And kill the South Dakota lady. Kill the South Dakota lady because it's selfish. I'm not going to be with somebody who feigns dedication and then I find out that she's just doing it for herself.
Uh-huh.
That's not something that I need in my life right now. Honestly, I could use any sort of relationship in my life right now, but that's a different story. Fuck the Four Seasons landscaping because it's to me it has very much the energy of like you go to meet somebody and they're not exactly who you expected, but the more you spend time with them and the drunker you get throughout the night, the more you realize, whoa, this is something even better than what my expectations were to begin with. But it's such a sleazy thing that you would never commit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So you fuck that.
It's like a really hot one night stand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. And Dean Browning, Dan Purdy, you just love to see a stable interracial relationship.
But it's not really stable. It's a fake relationship.
Yeah, but that drama could sustain me for a long time, you know? Like, being in a marriage that, like, might not always be positive, but it will always be fiery.
For sure.
And that feels like more of a long-term thing than the Four Seasons.
Yeah, I see that. I think we're not done with this story. Like, we're going to hear more about it. I have been missing important days on Twitter. I took the day off Twitter the day that Christina P, like, her stand-up clip got big. And I missed my day that, like, all the brown people were dunking on her. I felt really good. My mental health was so good that day because I was like, I'm not on Twitter. Like, I'm present in my real life. And then I got on Twitter that night and I was like, I missed so much. Like, there were so many jokes I could have made. Like, I didn't get to make these jokes. Like, everyone's talking about this and, like, I have no clue what's going on. And, like, every joke I could have made, someone else already made. And I was like, so upset. I, like, went to bed so sad. And the same thing happened with this Dean Browning, Dan Purdy shit. Like, I saw the original, like, the reply, like, Dean Browning replying to himself being like, I'm a gay black man who supports Trump. But then I didn't hear about any of this other stuff. I came back on Twitter, like, in the night, and oh my God, it was crazy. I had to read, like...
It sounds so dramatic.
In the night. I returned to Twitter, and I was like, I miss everything good, everything fun. So it's upsetting. No, go on.
There isn't usually that much, like, Desi-centric drama on Twitter. At least on my Twitter. I've been trying to break into Desi Twitter for a long time.
Yeah, but also... Desi Twitter drama is not fun. It's never that fun. It's never all the brown people united. It's always infighting, and that was all the brown people united. So
yeah, and it was great. It was a good time.
I would actually marry the Kristi Noem situation because, listen, if you're backing Trump vocally, you better be getting something good for yourself out of it. That's what I feel. I feel this way about a lot of pundits. These people, they're like, I don't think they actually support him. I think they're just cashing the bag, you know? And I think this is a beautiful scam. It's in plain sight and people are falling for it. So, like, she's smart. I think she would take care of me.
Well, would she take care of you or would you take care of her? Taking
care of her would take care of me, though, if we were married. All marriages are perfect.
Every spouse takes care of their spouse. That is just true.
Yeah, I'm saying her money would take care of me, not necessarily her. Her money would take care of me. I'd live the lifestyle I wanted, and then I'd go drive around South Dakota hunting for other bays. Famously, my type is people from South Dakota.
And South Dakota is rife with babes.
Yes. Sexiest state in the nation.
Yeah, exactly. I think January Jones is from one of the Dakotas.
Really? I love January Jones. I have a crush on January Jones. So I love her, like, deranged videos, you know, that she makes.
So I've like I've seen them without the sound. Well, like, I've like
scrolled past them and
I haven't like actually watched them.
Oh, you should watch them. They're nuts. They are nuts. She's nutty. She's a nutty lady and I love it. But I would fuck the Dean Browning, Dan Purdy drama because it's like, it's chaos that is constantly rewarding and like what's happening here. And I know I'm going to get tired of it, but right now it's fun. And it's like fun to talk about with other people and like gossip about, and there's like all this new stuff to discover, and it's fun, but I don't think it's a forever moment for me. And then I would kill the whole 4 seasons Total Landscaping sex shop debacle, because nothing makes me less horny than Rudy Giuliani. I don't think there should be, I don't think those things should be put together. And it's really upsetting me that Rudy Giuliani is hurting the small businesses of America, especially the erotic books, because there's probably few erotic bookstores left. It's all digitized now. Yeah. And so we need to invest in what we have. And he did not honor Fantasy Island erotica shop.
Well, let me ask you something, Yamini. You're not into Rudy's corpse hand?
Isn't that Mitch McConnell with his corpse hand?
I think they both have corpse hands.
All these men
they literally both have corpse hands.
Maybe this is controversial of me to say, but they both look like stuffed carcasses.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think they're like half taxidermied.
Yeah, it's very scary.
Yeah. Did you see? I didn't see that. I heard about this on another podcast. Sorry to bring up another podcast on this.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
But, they were talking about a press conference or some like interview Rudy was giving where he was holding a fountain pen. Mm-hmm. And throughout the interview, like it was steadily just leaking more and more ink all over his head. And he like gets it on his face at some point. Such a clown. It's insane.
I want like a reality show of like all these old men in politics being like fools. You know? Would
you watch like a C-SPAN, The Real World?
I don't think I would actively watch it, but I think I would tune into an episode or two. I don't think we should give these people more of a platform, but you know, we should do a fake reality show. If it were
framed as reality TV, then I think it would be. I think that's more of a ditch than a platform if you're on reality TV.
Yeah, as one of those guys,
you're automatically not really taken seriously.
Yeah,
just by the format.
Well, our president is a reality TV star. So listen, I'll tell you the story. I came into college and I wanted to work in politics. 2016 election happened and I was like, I'm going to save America. And then I did 2 summers of internships in politics. And I was like, everyone takes themselves way too seriously here. And I don't like this. Like, obviously I care about this, but this is not what I'm going to do with my life. Then I started getting way more into entertainment, doing comedy, whatever. And I started tweeting unhinged stuff. And I was like, looking at all my friends who like trying to go work for like Congress people, and they can't even like my tweets because it's incriminating. And I was like, good. I'm glad I didn't do that, because I can't tweet about my poop if I tried to become a senator. And now look, Donald Trump is the president of the United States, and he gets to tweet the most unhinged stuff that everyone else will get suspended for. And I think I
regret in all this is that you couldn't use a congressional Twitter account to tweet about your poop.
Yeah, like that's upsetting that like I couldn't.
So listen, on the record, your biggest criticism of the past 4 years is that you didn't get to come into your congressional Twitter account to tweet about your poop.
Well, I think that it's taught me a lesson, which is that I still have a shot.
I don't know that that's the lesson to take from all of this. But you know what? I do support your journey, and one day I do hope to see a Senator Nambimadom tweeting about what I don't even want to like steal your
someone tweeted like just generally out there, I don't know who this person was, like a journalist or something. Actually no, it was Jake Tapper. Jake Tapper tweeted, who would you like to see Kamala Harris replaced with? Like, who should Gavin Newsom nominate to be the new senator of California? And someone tagged me, and I literally, like, it was just probably some random person who follows me on Twitter who tagged me. It's like obviously a joke, but I died laughing for like half an hour at the thought that like someone could think that seriously, like that I would be a California senator. I think it's just
is your degree in political science?
It's in public policy.
Then you could do it.
Yeah, I could. You're
more qualified than any of these freaking clowns in Congress.
You know, and I think we need more representation of like girls with unhinged Twitters in our elected officials. I would like to see myself represented in that way. Yeah. Wait, I wanted to ask you. You recently switched from an Android to an iPhone, right?
Yes, I did.
You want to talk about that? How are you feeling about that?
So this is going to be kind of an unpopular opinion, but I kind of maybe it was just like Stockholm syndrome, but I like really started to like the Android interface. Just like it's auto, like, let me give some supporting examples. I don't come across insane, but I'm talking about Androids. That's embarrassing. But our interface, Android's interface, its autofill feature is so much more like, it picks up so quickly. Whereas like I've had this iPhone for almost a month now, and it still fills in my, like, the email address I use least, or like it won't fill in all of my details. I'll have to do a lot of the typing. The in-OS photo editor on Androids is so much easier to use than the iPhones is. I don't know. And I think like Androids have kind of a mom and pop feel to them.
I think that's not really an unpopular opinion. I think people say that Android is a better phone. The reason people have iPhones is because they've so done it so well. They've socially engineered it to be like, if you don't have an iPhone, like you will never have friends. Yeah. And like the stigma of the green text. Yeah, the green text, the group chat, the not having FaceTime. You know, that aspect, like text, like the text interface on iPhones, I prefer. What I like is the assurance that my message has been delivered. You don't quite get that with an Android. You don't get that like satisfied delivered showing up. And the group chat thing on Androids, I don't know why they why they make that so difficult on Androids. Apple's marketing ploy is to make it annoying for people with iPhones to have group chats with Android users. That the iPhone users will complain about like we have to have a green text group chat because of whoever has the Android, and then that Android person will feel like it's their fault. So these people are upset, and they'll be like, I don't want to hurt my friends. Like I want to feel like right. And then they want an iPhone, and they want to feel included. They don't want to feel like part of the in-group. They don't want to feel like other. They don't want the idea that like maybe there's another group chat without them. So.
Would you rather? Would you rather? Would you rather? Let's play a game of Would You Rather.
Okay, so I have a bone to pick with you, actually.
Oh no.
When the parade underwear hot girl posts were at a peak, which I think they're still going, but when they were at a peak, you tweeted that you wanted to make a marketing campaign featuring like hot, funny people on Twitter for fiber companies like Metamucil. Yeah. And I asked if I could be a part of it, and you basically told me very politely no. No, so I wasn't saying no. I feel like what I was imagining when you pitched this was a joint campaign featuring the two of us. And I feel like that would be too much for the American public to handle. I think if we both got separate endorsement deals with Metamucil, like let's say you take regular Metamucil and I'll take Metamucil plus calcium, right? Because they also have that. That would be, I think, better, and we wouldn't come on too strong, I think, because I think it'll be too much. It'll be too much for the people. It'll start some more. Christina P's next special will be like, why do the brown people keep trying to sell me fiber just because they have diarrhea? Mm-hmm. Exactly. This brown person, and I'm pointing at myself, does have diarrhea. Yeah, so do I. But I don't speak for all brown people. Yeah, we can't generalize. My mom, a brown person, is frequently constipated. So we're going to destigmatize. Yes, we contain multitudes. Yes. Exactly. But okay, so I want to know, would you rather be the face and soul and GI tract of a company like Metamucil, or would you rather be the like literal butt of an underwear company? This is a hard one for me. I think I'm going to have to go. This is really hard. The mature part of me wants to say the Metamucil, mm-hmm. But I do want and love attention, mm-hmm. And I think the attention you get from being the butt of an underwear company is much more positive than the attention you would get as the face of Metamucil is a product that I genuinely like and would want people to know more about. Metamucil, do you want to sponsor this podcast? Please. Reach out to one of us. Yeah. Let me feel something. Our DMs are open, Metamucil.
But you see what I mean? Like I would like push stuff for. I feel like I would push stuff for Metamucil on the sly, but I wouldn't want to be there.
See, I think I would very surely be the face and soul and GI tract of Metamucil, because I think it establishes, I think that like I can be the butt of whatever underwear that I wear no matter what. I think I have the power to just say, I don't need an underwear company to validate that. I also think, okay, like if I was the butt of an underwear company, I think it would feel a little more forced. If I was self-posting those things, I think it would just be like, ha ha, funny, funny and hot and cool.
Perhaps never come across as forced.
Not when you're me. Not when you're me.
Fair enough.
When you're just sitting around being thirst trappy all the time, being the face and soul and GI tract of Metamucil, I think that would really validate all my unhinged poop tweets. Because I think, like, sure. I as a woman on the internet, I think a lot of people following me are men who like want to fuck me, who don't think I'm funny at all. Like they don't laugh at my jokes. Like they're always negging me. They're always DMing me, telling me like how I could have made my thing better. And I'm like, this is not increasing your odds of sleeping with me. But I think that being the face, soul, and GI tract of Metamucil would really validate me in being a poop tweeter for the people who enjoy those tweets and are happy to hear it. And I think we should normalize not pooping regularly. It's too much of a stigma to be constipated or diarrheaed, or I think that we need to normalize it. We see enough butts in underwear. I want to be a face of change.
So, and that's the thing, right? Like the reason this was so hard for me is that like I want to do the admirable thing and be the face of Metamucil, but I know I don't have that strength in me. And I feel like I would be tempted by the thirst type attention that I would get from being the butt of an underwear company rather than doing the real work.
What I want you to know though is that
Mother Teresa that you are.
I'm such a good person, but what I want you to know is that you might think that you're not going to get the attention from being the face and soul and GI tract of Metamucil, but I'm sure there's people out there who are going to feel so moved by what you do that they're going to give you attention, and probably in a more pure and, unique way than the people who would give you the attention from being the butt of an underwear company. Right. So don't sell yourself short.
Okay. So that the attention I'd get from being the butt of an underwear company would be sort of hollow and superficial.
It's fleeting, and it's the kind of attention that like anyone could get,
But the attention that you'd get from being the face, soul, and GI tract of Metamucil would be sort of the solidarity of a community.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That's what you're saying.
Yes.
And I think that makes sense. That makes sense. Well, hopefully you won't move them too much. That's the whole point of Metamucil, huh? Huh? Anybody, folks?
But I hope that we get both options and we don't have to choose, Because listen, underwear and a poop pill go hand in hand.
They go.
Let's be real. They go intestine and butt.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So
exactly, and this is what I'm saying.
Listen, there's a sexy side and an unsexy side to the things going on down there, and
that's just the duality of man.
Yeah, and we should accept both, normalize both, praise both, love both.
Although here's what I will say: poop jokes and fart jokes, not your thing. Not my cup of tea.
Listen,
maybe your work will eventually sway me, but
I'm going to give you my testimony here.
Okay.
I was never a poop joke person either. I think there's a spectrum. I have a stand-up bit about this, but I think there's a spectrum of lowbrow humor. It starts on one end with dick jokes and ends on the other side with poop jokes. So the dick joke side is like the cheap sex comedy, and the poop joke side is like gross bodily humor jokes. Mm-hmm. So I've always been a dick joke person. My whole life I was a dick joke person. I hated poop jokes, fart jokes. Like like burp jokes. I hated all that so much. It was really gross to me.
Yeah.
And then midway through college, I was I got IBS. And of course, my coping mechanism for everything is to make jokes about it. And so I started very much having to make poop jokes and fart jokes and burp jokes and bloating jokes. You know, that was like what I was doing. And I had an identity crisis. I was like, who am I? Like, I'm not who I was. You know, it was really, really messing with me. And I found a really healthy place in the middle, which I can say that that's where I'm labeling myself as. And that's a queef joke person, because it's got like
sort of a verse.
Yes. It's got like the cheap sex comedy of the dick jokes, and it's got like the bodily function of the poop jokes. It's a sexy fart. So
I don't know. Like, I think the farthest I go on the poop joke spectrum, as far as like stuff I tweet, or the jokes I make, it's all like I'll make tummy ache jokes.
Yeah, tummy ache is like a subtle flirtation with poop.
Yeah, it's kind of cute. You know?
I have a tummy ache. Yeah.
If you dig any deeper, it is a poop. It is a poop joke in a way.
If you dig any deeper, it is a poop joke. Yes. Yeah. Every time I tweet something about poop, I lose like 6 followers.
Well, you're just weeding out the non-believers.
Yeah, agree. I think that it's going to be good. Okay. So my second would you rather? So recently, Cassie David, who's Larry David's daughter, said that she's like coming out with like an essay book, and she's like talks about Pete Davidson a lot in it. And as we know, famously, Ariana Grande also dated Pete Davidson, and she literally had a song about him and then wrote like an entire breakup album about him. So he has many women talking about him in good and bad ways. Mm-hmm. And then also there's on the other end, there's all the people that Taylor Swift writes songs about. She is one creator who has covered many, 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 many muses. So would you rather be Pete Davidson and have many girls talking about you, or one of Taylor Swift's many muses and have to share the spotlight of being dragged with many other people?
And qualifying question, clarifying question. I mean, the songs about me are negative in either case.
I think there's negative and positive. You know, you're not canceled because of the content, but we look at you a little different.
You know what? I think I'm going to go Taylor Swift on this one. I would love to be buried in a bank of other men.
Yeah.
I like the idea of a lot of girls talking about me, but only if it's positive. Only if it's kind of unambiguously positive.
Yeah.
Because knowing my mind and the way my like OCD and anxiety works, I will only focus on the negative aspects of like what they talk about.
Yeah.
But if I'm like a footnote in and then otherwise like long list of like other men, like the attention gets kind of like spread over a larger surface area. So I get like,
yeah. I respect that. I would rather be Pete Davidson, because I'm going to apply this to myself. I'm not going to say like I'm exactly Pete Davidson, but I think I tend to date people whose word is less credible than mine in the public arena. Like, I think I'm generally like nicer and friendlier and have more social sway. So I think that I would be able to, I don't mean this in like they're awful. I just mean like I am usually the more outgoing person. And I feel like I would be able to control the narrative despite the conversation. And I think it would put me in the attention in a good way. I think it would be like these things would take me down for a bit, and then I'd go on like some, I don't know what talk show. Like I go on like Z-Way or something and like completely rehabilitate my image. I also just think like there has to be something, okay, like I don't love Pete Davidson. I find him annoying, and it's like, but there has to be something about him that's like great, that like these people like can't stop talking about him. You know what I mean? Like he's somehow like has nothing really going on, but like everything going on.
Yeah. It's like, what is I guess this is your question too, that you're asking about, like, what is the appeal
of Pete Davidson?
He like looks sick. He like looks sickly.
Well,
He's
girls
not
like that. Girls like a looking sickly man.
Like the dark circles. Is that a thing that girls like?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I think I kind of have a dark circles thing too, but it's not hot.
I think with him, it's like, it looks like he's really not trying at all. And I think that's like what, like nothing about him is taken care of. And I think that's what it's randomly hot to people. But
like conjecture that he's probably like packing, you know?
Oh yeah. Big dick energy. Yeah. We've heard of that.
That's probably that probably goes hand in hand with what you said of like, he's not trying at all because he doesn't need to.
Yeah. And he seems like fun and weird and like nice, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's that funny. I tried to watch his stand-up special and
nice.
He seems like funny. That's
like not
funny,
the same thing.
Funny, not in like a comedy way, like in a like ha ha ha, like I have a good time with you. You're so funny.
Right.
But I tried to watch a stand-up special and I had to give up 6 minutes in.
I haven't even tried.
Yeah, it was just it was like
I don't know if I will.
Also, like he tried to make jokes about Ariana Grande back, but it's like it doesn't hit as hard. It's like she did it first and she did it better.
Yeah. Also, she's Ariana Grande.
Yeah. I like really believed in them when they were together. I was like, yes, like they're gonna be in love forever.
Oh, they really believed in them.
Yeah. So maybe I wasn't wrong too, but
you remember the Pete Davidson, Kate Beckinsale phase?
Oh yeah.
That was weird, huh?
Yeah, he pulls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah. All right, I'll do a third. Would you rather?
One can only
so Emily in Paris, which everyone's talking about. It's Emily en Paris. Got renewed for season 2. I want to know if you would rather creator, star, or whatever role you want to take in a show that does really well, but like sucks, like terrible, awful show everyone's making fun of, but it's like doing well, or in a like a 1-season show that's really good but gets canceled. Think like High Fidelity or Freaks and Geeks type of thing.
1-season show that gets canceled.
Me too.
Because what I think is that the legacy that my show will have is more important than another season. And I don't want to be remembered as a joke. Like in 10 years, in like 10 years from now, 20 years from now, if somebody brings up Emily in Paris, first of all, you're going to struggle to remember what it was.
Yeah.
Probably. And second of all, you won't remember it in a positive light.
Yeah.
Like no matter if, and it probably will run for like 3 or 4 seasons. But whereas like a show, like you said, like Freaks and Geeks or like Detroiters, like I loved Detroiters, but it only ran for, I think that one ran for 2 seasons and then got canceled. Like it had a small following, but like it was a really good show. Kind of inspired me and my like writing partner to like get our stuff off the ground a little bit. And like, that's the kind of impact that I would love to see my show have.
Yeah.
Rather than just be kind of like a cultural joke.
Yeah. You know? Yeah. I think even if my show flops.
Unless I am in that shitty show and the critics praise my acting specifically and be like, he's too good for the show, then I'm
Yeah. That does happen. Like you someone breaks out from a shitty show and it's just their past. Yeah, I agree with you on both counts. I think also even if my show is like really good, but if like flops majorly, like at least like I can like show that to people as like something that was good, you know?
Yeah, and I'm okay with being part of a commercial flop, but that has a cult following. Yeah. Yeah. Because I think that's what my Twitter is.
A commercial flop with a cult.
I think it's a commercial flop, but a cult.
I don't think it's a cult. It's a commercial flop.
It's critically acclaimed by 3,776 people right now.
And growing. Get in on it while you can.
Not growing. I went just past 3,800 and then went back down.
Because you were talking too much about 3,800.
Yeah, but it was like kind of a joke.
People don't like that. People don't. I learned it too.
I didn't know people got that like butthurt about that though. Like I wouldn't unfollow somebody if they were tweeting a lot about their follower account. I think, oh, that's kind of funny. But I will say, like, I am like, it is kind of cool, like the community of like people who got big-ish because of the pandemic on Twitter. Like, and I'm counting myself as part of that. That's why I said big-ish.
Yeah.
But I'm still like, I have 3 times the following I had earlier this year, but it's like very cool to see like comedians in like different cities, like
coming together,
creating a community that like, there isn't really a name for it yet.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it's really just also expanded possibilities of like what you can do. And I think like it's really changed, like the open mic industrial complex, I think is like getting a run for its money with like what people are able to do for themselves on the internet, which I think is really cool.
Now we have to contend with the Zoom show industrial complex.
Yeah. Zoom shows are...
What are your thoughts on Zoom shows?
Like
or don't like?
I really didn't like at first. Now I like more because I realized they really stressed me out because how I felt was this. If you're used to bombing, there's no disadvantage to a Zoom mic because you're not going to bomb worse than you'd bomb in real life on a Zoom mic. Yeah. But if you haven't really had like a terrible bomb or like you're used to doing like getting like a lot of laughs and audience engagement, it's not going to feel good. People's mics are going to be off, their cameras are going to be off, you're going to feel like you're talking to yourself, you're going to feel like you're really not funny. And then people are going to text you after being like, that was so good. And I'm like, why didn't you laugh? You know, that's how it's going to feel. But after a while I got used to it and it was good. And I liked the fact that I could just like literally like go about my day, now like just sit here, tell some jokes, turn off the computer and leave. Like it's not like I have to go like take the train all the way across like to the north side of Chicago and like sit around in this bar and like, you know what I mean? Like it's much.
Did you do open mics in Chicago when you were here?
I did some. Yeah. It was interesting.
Yeah.
For sure.
I've done a couple also. So
yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like Zoom shows. I think it's mainly because the Zoom shows I've been on have been like hosted by my friends and the other guests who have also been my friends. But I just kind of like forget about the audience and feel like I'm just hanging out with them. And I like that.
Yeah. I think the best ones for me have been like the internet friend ones too. Like I got a bunch of my internet friends, like my Twitter friends together and we like posted a show together. I think that was really fun. And yeah, something that's stressing me out though is like the alt comedy world of slideshows, which I know you're familiar with.
I'm a big part of that.
I know.
Most of my comedy has been slideshows.
Yeah, I know. The first time I saw you perform, it was a slideshow. So it's stressing me out. I tried to do one.
Oh, okay. No, I was going to say, it sounds like you're not a fan.
No, I like them. My brain isn't working like that yet. You know?
Truth or dare? Truth or dare?
Amar, truth or dare?
Dare.
Dare? Okay. I want you to go into your iPhone, go into your screen time report and like screenshot the breakdown, not the time, but the breakdown and post it on Twitter. And also tell us what what your breakdown is.
Oh no.
Screenshot that.
Oh, no, it's really embarrassing.
Oh, what are they?
Before I post this, do you want to see? I'm literally blushing.
Tell me what they are.
Okay, so in order: Twitter, Safari, Messages, Instagram, Tinder, Google Duo, which is embarrassing, and then OnlyFans.
You're supporting sex workers. That's good.
So I have to post this.
Yeah, you can come up with a funny caption to alleviate the stress.
Can it just be Yamini dared me to do it?
Sure. Sure. Go for it. People don't make OnlyFans so that nobody will watch their stuff.
No, I know. I think I just have a lot of like internalized guilt about.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I get it.
All right. Okay. Yamini, truth or dare?
I'll do truth.
Have you pooped yourself as an adult? And if so, tell me the circumstances.
I haven't pooped myself, but I definitely have been like, I have been I've come very close.
Okay.
And multiple times. So I couldn't tell you one circumstance. It's just like, sometimes I'll be literally crowning and have to run to the bathroom. And that's just the way, that's why I need to be a Metamucil sponsor, to bring it all back to this.
Yeah. Prairie dogging is what I call it instead of crowning.
I call it crowning because the baby's about to come out. Yeah.
Or meerkatting.
Groundhog daying.
Brownhog daying.
Yeah, so no, I haven't pooped my pants, but I have come close, and I've definitely peed my pants as an adult. Yes. So
I had a friend in undergrad who he never really drank in undergrad, but when he went to grad school, he kind of started partying a little more.
Yeah.
And he was telling us about how, like, this one night he was like, he woke up after having drunk the previous night, just in his underwear, right?
Yeah.
He woke up in his underwear. His underwear was totally dry, but
the bed was
his PJs were on the floor next to his bed.
Yeah.
Drenched in piss. But his underwear was totally dry. So what he thinks happened is that he got up in the middle of the night
and put on new
took
underwear.
off his PJs, peed on his PJs, and went back to bed.
That is not like the first solution. I don't know how you would get there. Oh my god. Oh, that's fun.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I pooped my pants. I've not pooped my pants, but I've peed my pants. But I respect you if you pooped your pants. That's fine.
I haven't.
Not you. I mean the world. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
But,
I will say this though, just to equalize the truth. I clog the toilet a lot more often than I would like to admit.
yeah. I mean, we're brown people with diarrhea.
I'm a very fastidious wiper, I think.
Oh.
I'm a clinical over wiper, I think.
Yeah. Does that hurt?
Kind of, yeah. But I just get so anxious about like that. I hate the idea of having any remnant of
particles
down there.
You should get a bidet.
I have a bidet, but I lost some of the screws that I need to install it.
Unfortunate.
So I'll get in touch with Tushy.
Yeah.
Get that.
Yeah. Truth or dare?
Let's do dare again.
Dare. Okay.
Yeah.
I want you to film a video of you making the animal noise of your choice and send it to the third most recent person you've texted.
Oh, that's Vinay.
Yes, do it then. Shouts to Mumble Comic. Send it.
Right, send.
Let me know if he gives you any feedback on your squawk. That was a pretty good squawk, I will say. I thought it was very well done.
Truth or dare?
I'll do a dare this time.
Oh, I want you to do one of those, one of the Tumblr boys who are like, I think they're Tumblr boys who say stuff like they're doms.
Oh yeah. They're TikTok boys, but yes.
Yeah. I want you to lip sync a few of those sincerely.
Okay. Is there a song that I should do? Maybe like birthday sex or something?
Yeah.
Girl, okay.
Yeah.
I don't even know the lyrics, but maybe I'll just do like a not really, can I do like a not really lip sync, but just moving around to it,
Yeah.
Okay.
Get ready for action. Don't be astounded. We switch your position. You feel surrounded. Tell me where you want to live, girl. Girl, you know I.
I'm saving it now from TikTok and try to say that you dared me to do it.
That was so hard to watch.
It was really hard to watch myself do it. Okay, it's almost.
I almost kind of want you to post the making of, rather.
Okay.
God.
That's horrible. Okay, truth. Let's do one last round. Truth or dare?
Truth.
Okay. We've been talking about thirst traps many a time during this podcast. I want to know, when you post a thirst trap to Twitter, how many pictures do you usually take before you get a shot that you like and want to post?
Oh, like 10.
That's so little, actually. You said that like it was a lot. Oh, I take like 50. Yeah. Okay. 10 is solid. That's respectable.
I just do like a self timer and I put it up on my like bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like prop it up in my medicine cabinet.
I'm new to the self timer ones. I'm still kind of like messing around with mirror selfies.
Yeah, I mean, this is my first year taking thirst traps, period. So.
Welcome to the club. It's fun.
And I don't think I've had a bad debut, so.
Congrats on all your success thus far. Oh my God.
Okay, truth or dare?
Truth.
But what's the most trouble you've ever been in?
Oh. Do you want like institutional trouble or like family trouble or like?
Have you been in trouble with the law?
No, but I've been in trouble with like school. You know.
Whichever is worse in your mind. Okay,
this is more painful to me.
Okay. Then the less painful one.
No, I'll tell you the more painful one. I think it's a better story. My sophomore year of college, I was corresponding in emails, which I don't know why I was doing this, about what kind of weed I wanted my roommate to get us. And that email, it was on my old email from my youth. Like was not on my, like the email that I use now normally, which was still logged in on an iPad at home. So my mom saw the email when she was cleaning out that iPad to give it to my grandma to use to watch like Indian soaps on. And, she found the email and they called me like crying, being like, we've like marijuana, like this is going to ruin your life. Yeah. And they had like several interventions for me. It was troubling. But they did say in that call that this problem would go away when I was 21. Like I would no longer be a concern to them, but now I am, and it's legal, and it was legal in Chicago and it's legal here, so I'm no longer in trouble. Okay. But that was
my parents wouldn't care whether it was legal or not. They would still, like, even at my big age, they would be
yeah.
They would come down on me for that.
I want at your big age. Yeah. Would they come down like if you had like children and they're like, nope.
Honestly, like I wouldn't put it past my parents to intervene in my life at that.
Yeah, no, mine either. I think they still will be, but yeah,
I deeply desi truth.
I want my dad to try weed. I think it would be really pivotal for him.
Oh, I would love to see my mom try weed.
Yeah.
And whenever I see people tweeting about like smoking a bowl with their parents, I'm like,
no, that's nuts. That is nuts. Especially when I see not white people posting that.
Yeah. And it's also like, why would you want to do that? I don't want to get high with
some people though. Some people are like, my mom is my best friend. Thanks so much for coming on this podcast.
Thank you for having me, and sorry for bumbling through most of the truth.
No, I think it's okay. You know, it's about the journey and not the destination.
Yeah. Getting to see you make that fuckboy video is all I could ask for.
Pillow Fight is a production by me, Yamini Nambimadom, with music by Greer Baxter. Thanks for listening.